The other week at a Photographic Collectors Club meeting at Taunton, I spied this little Minoltina P, and it dates from about 1965, and I hadn't seen this compact camera before. Looking on Wikipedia and other sources, it dates it from 1963-64. I've got a collection of blue books, the Wallace Heaton Blue Book, which is a very useful guide to cameras of the time, and I couldn't find it in the 63-64 book, but I found it in the 65-66. A semi-automatic 35mm camera of extremely compact design. In fact, it was thought to be one of the smallest compact cameras around at that time. It weighs 15 ounces, 2.84 element Rocco lens, filter size 38.5, focusing down to 4 feet. Built-in exposure meter with follow pointer system. So let's have a little look at this camera, because I think it's got a lot going for it. This particular example isn't in the best condition, but it is working, and I'll talk about that later. So, to open the back, it's on the side here, and I have put a new felt in because it was very weak. There was the felt. So, cassette in there and wind on. Now, this is where the camera gets very interesting if we look on the top. If I move, that is moving here I'm moving the exposure indicator, and you basically line up the exposure, the green here, to where the meter is, where the little lever is pointing, and that will give you exposure. The focusing is quite neat and different. You've got a setting here of, let me check, a close-up person, a group and a mountain. And basically when you change the focusing, can you see I'm changing the focusing here, but my indicator, so here I'm on a portrait, a small group, a mountain. I don't think I've ever seen that on the top of a camera like that. Slightly reminds me of the Olympus Trip, but then you've got the symbols around the lens. I haven't seen it on the top. And actually, if you think about it, when you're taking a photograph, you set the exposure, you set the focusing, and you click. And that is all there is to it. So point, focus, exposure, click, and wind on. The camera has a cesium meter, which is here, and it was priced, when it was new, it was the Model P. This is the Model P, and it was priced at £32, 19 shillings and 6pence, and for an extra £2, 14 shillings, you could have the Every Ready case. Now, interesting price step here. If you wanted the S, which was the superior model, which had a rangefinder and a 1.8 lens, that was going to set you about £45, 12 shillings and 6pence. So it's a well-built camera. It's got this lovely chrome look. It's very compact. Your counter's there, shutter's there. This one's had a little bit of a ding here. You set your ISO at the bottom there. This one still has its original lens cap. Let's see how this little compact camera performed when I took it out. Or last point, nice and easy to wind the film back, press there and wind here. Let's see how it performed when I took it out to test. As I hoped, the camera performed very well. I thought the lens could have been a tiny bit sharper, but I think it might have a teeny bit of fungus in. But it's a very easy camera to use. I did have a little bit of an issue that somehow I got dust on the camera. When you are scanning images, the static is sometimes an issue and just seems to cling to the film, where if you go in the darkroom it doesn't seem to be quite the problem. But as I said, I went up and down the high street. It was a nice bright day, and it's such a nice easy camera to use, plus the size is just terrific. If you find one of these, I think they would make a very good travelling companion. They would slip in the pocket, and as I said, the lens has good contrast, it's dead easy to use, the focusing and aperture are nice, easy to set, and you've got some control over the camera. So this was a nice find, and I think this might be a keeps. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.